So after the 1800s, Halloween became very different when the Irish and the English and the Scottish people of Celtic origin, meaning maybe their ancestors, 祖先, maybe they were Celts, they came to the US and they brought this tradition with them, but it changed. So now on Halloween, there are certain traditions we have. Okay, so now we have different traditions. It means things that we often do in our culture. Taiwan has special traditions. In the US, we also have traditions. On Halloween, we wear costumes. Okay, costumes. What are costumes? Yeah, they're clothes that you wear to change how you look. Okay, so what are some costumes we wear? Maybe a pirate, vampire. Oh, hello. Okay, so we wear costumes. We dress up as pirates, vampires, like Dracula, right? Witches, ghosts. Some now, if you're little, some will dress up like princesses and fairies. So all sorts of things. We wear these costumes. Do you have your... Thank you. Okay, and then, okay, so here and here, so maybe make more lines. Okay, thank you. Okay, sometimes we dress up as Egyptians, you know, Egyptians with a very pretty eyes. So all different types of costumes, whether you're very little or very big. When I was little, I played a bat. I was a little bat. And when I grew up, I was a witch, I was princess, all sorts of things. So it's really fun to change how you look, and for one day you can be somebody else. Okay? We also have pumpkin carving. Okay, pumpkin carving. When we take a pumpkin and we scoop out to the inside, throw the seeds away, and then we carve. We take a knife and we carve faces or maybe pictures into the pumpkin. And then we take a candle or a light and put it inside the pumpkin, so on Halloween night it glows and there's a scary face or something. So that's also really fun. We also do trick or treating. Okay, so when you're in your costumes, you go to different people's houses on Halloween night and you knock on their door. And you usually have a candy bag. And you say trick or treat, and the person opens the door and usually gives you candy. Some people are not very nice and they give you rocks or really stupid things, but that's trick or treat. You get trick or you get the treat. So sometimes if people do not give you a treat, you can do a trick. Okay, so some people, do you know toilet paper? Toilet paper or tissues? Tissues, yeah. So they will put that all over the person's house if they don't give you candy. Just put all over their house. So their house becomes completely white. And the next morning they have to take it all down. So that is a trick. Also, some people will take forks. Do you know forks? When you're eating a salad, you have a fork. Okay, they'll put maybe 100 forks in the person's yard. Okay, so their house is here. And here they have a yard. They'll stick forks in the person's yard. And that is also a trick. So sometimes on Halloween, people do fun things, and sometimes people do bad things, very bad things on Halloween. Because Halloween, it kind of borders the good and the bad. Because in our minds, for the tradition, we want to do scary things or fun things. So some people do stupid things like these tricks. Okay, so we have costumes, pumpkin carving, trick-or-treating. We also go to haunted houses and corn mazes. Okay, haunted houses. Okay, so it's not like a real house. Usually it is a place that on Halloween, many people prepare the house and make it look very scary. And then people have to pay money to go inside. And inside it's dark and it's scary. And so a haunted house, you have to pay money to go in, and then people scare you. Just a lot of people scaring you. So that's a haunted house. Corn mazes, okay, farmers on Halloween can earn money by letting people go in to their cornfields. So you know corn? Corn, you know, you eat corn? Corn? Everybody know corn? Okay, so they make a maze, okay? Sometimes it could look like this. Okay, so people have to go into the maze and find their way to the middle or to get out. And while they're in the maze, there are people chasing them or scaring them. So that's a corn maze. A maze is something where you're trying to find your way out, but you don't really know your way out. And you have to use your brain. But these are really scary because you don't know where you are. In a haunted house, you're in a house. But in a corn maze, you're outside. So it's a little scary. And then we have bonfires. Okay, bonfires, very big fires. really bad drawing, but okay, we have bonfires. We build a big fire and we tell scary stories. Scary stories are a very big part of Halloween. Okay? Because on Halloween, we want to have fun, and we really want to be scared. Okay? That's the fun thing about Halloween, is being scared and having fun. So we tell scary stories. Okay? Have any of you heard any scary stories? Anybody? Okay, well, stories that are meant to scare you. So maybe somebody reads the story and then they go boom and all of you jump or something. But you read it around the fire and you feel a little scared. So scary stories are another Halloween tradition. So costumes, pumpkin carving, trick or treat, haunted houses, corn mazes, bonfires, and scary stories. A big part of Halloween. Okay, so let's talk some more about scary stories. So some scary stories are really, really scary, and some are so-so. But they're a big part of Halloween. So today, I want to tell you one of my favorite scary stories. But it's not really scary, okay? So I'll read to you the story. It's not really scary, so nobody needs to feel scared. And then I'll explain what happened. Okay. Some boys and girls were at a party one night. There was a graveyard down the street, and they were talking about how scary it was. "Don't ever stand on a grave after dark," one of the boys said. "The person inside will grab you and he'll pull you under." "That's not true," one of the girls said. "It's just a superstition." "I'll give you $1 if you stand on a grave," said the boy. "A grave doesn't scare me," said the girl. "I'll do it right now." The boy handed her his knife. "Stick this knife in one of the graves," he said. "Then we'll know you were there." The graveyard was filled with shadows and was as quiet as death. "There is nothing to be scared of," the girl told herself, but she was scared anyway. She picked out a grave and stood on it. Then quickly she bent over and plunged the knife into the soil, and she started to leave.